Beautiful berry, beautiful arrows will take care of this. We can void onto the Phoenix. And the BM starts, so that's how you know the game is over. What's up, gamers? It's Turkey here, and today we're going to be using what I think is the overall best deck in the meta right now, and that's just Giant Beatdown with the new Void spell. I'm going to go ahead and show the deck on the bottom left of my screen. Here it is right here. All of these cards you should probably have right now. It doesn't have the Evo Wizard or anything new, and man, this deck is so good. It actually makes me angry, like, how good this deck is. It's just so easy to play. It's so overpowered, and, like, everyone uses it. It's annoying. I mean, I'm using it here, but I don't use it on ladder. It's just so frustrating, man. Okay, we're going to go like this, just to pull in the little prince. And he spent a lot of elixir there, so I'm going to go in with the giant. And no joke, I think he's going to struggle to defend this. We're going to void. Take care of that. Okay. Try and give me a shot, yeah. Beautiful. And look, he's still out of daggers. He's going to have to spend. Yeah, we force out a knight. So really well played by us, just to get things kicked off. And yeah, I'm telling you, this deck just rubs me the wrong way, man. I think Supercell needs to either nerf Giant or nerf Little Prince. All of the cards in this deck are just so outlandishly good. I think my opponent is running like a similar deck, if not the exact same deck, so not surprised. It has the Evo Knight and the Evo Berry as well, which both cards are receiving a nerf, so I guess I'm getting what I asked for. I'm going to ignore that unless he pops the ability. He does, so we're going to play our Knight here. So he spends 3 elixir, and we spend 3 elixir in response, so not a big deal. We're going to do this here, because he spent that 3 elixir. We have arrows ready for an Evo Bomber if he chooses to play it. Okay, he just plays the Phoenix instead. Okay, that's... Oh, I meant to play arrows! That sucks. Okay. But that actually works out, because that's going to hit the Evo Knight, and we're going to take care of the Berry, and take care of the Phoenix, so... That misclick ended up working out in my favor. That's the point about this deck, man. Like, I literally just misclicked my arrows. I played an Evo Bomber instead, and we still took half of his tower. So that just goes to show the power of this deck. This deck has the highest win rate on a Royal API right now, and it's not even close. The highest win rate. So please give this deck a try, man. We're going to Fisherman to pull this out of the way. And then we're going to Evo Knight to tank for the Phoenix. And then we're going to go for a Phoenix of our own. And he goes for the Lightning. And we're going to have a nice counter push. I was kind of hoping my Phoenix would die there. So here's the thing. Evo Knight is going to go in front. We're going to get our Fisherman down. And depending on what he plays... Okay, we're going to void his Fisherman. Look at that Giant going in. I wish I had a reset for the Little Prince, but that's still pretty good. That Giant is just putting it into overtime, man. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, we should take care of his Phoenix. No, unlucky. That's okay. Now we have the option to go into both lanes. We're just playing this really well, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, he cycles his Knight. I'm going to try and Fisherman his Fisherman. I don't know if it'll work. It kind of worked. Now he has to spend it to defend this. See, I kind of pressured there because if you look, he wasn't able to support his push because he had to defend his push. And now that's pretty much inside of spell cycle range, so our life is good. We're just going to go ahead and cycle a Void in the back, kind of in a spot where he can't block it, and then we're going to play arrows. So good game against this other Giant player. But our deck was a little better. We played it a little better. We'll take the dub. Catch you in the next one. I did our next match here against Qualdit. And when I say that this deck plays itself, it really does play itself. For the most part, it's kind of like if you just defend, you can go in like 99% of the time. And unless your opponent is like a top 1,000 player, you can usually get away with it. So looks like this guy's running it's like this guy's probably running the same deck as us. It is by far the best deck in the game. At least there are a lot of different variations of it. I've seen it run with Lightning, and I've seen it run with Void. Yeah, he goes for the Void here, and he actually messes it up. So our Phoenix is going to respawn. So because of that, we're going to go for the Giant here. And now we're going to have a stellar push. I'm going to Knight in front as well. Fisherman away the Bowler. And now this push is looking very good for us. Nice. Good arrows by him. Good defense all around. I probably should have avoided onto the Little Prince. That Little Prince was getting so much value for him. So we're just going to take the little bit of damage that we got. Kind of move on with our life. I could immediately go in, but I'm just going to wait here. Okay, so he has... It almost looks like he has a true mirror deck. Oh, no, because he has Bowler. So I think he's running it with Lightning, most likely. Okay, he called good game. Maybe because I'm up a little bit of elixir. I'm not entirely sure. I think that Evo Berry was very aggressive, to be completely honest. It doesn't even kill the Little Prince. That'll take care of the Phoenix. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Nice. Giant getting a ton of damage. Yeah. We're kind of just trading blows back and forth. We have a slight lead, but I don't know. So we're in the same alignment of our cycle with our berries. He doesn't have an Evo winning cycle. We're going to go like this. I think Bowler is a little bit of an advantage in this matchup. Like, I think Bowler's a nice card to have. The thing that you want to do with the Bowler is you want to try and Fisherman it away early. And we're going to do this. Pull it to our side. And now we can DPS it down with the Phoenix. Now we're going to play a little bit of defense before we can play offense. We want our Phoenix to respawn, so I'm going to go for this Knight. Now we're going to have a Phoenix respawn. Fisherman away the Bowler, like we said. Oh, he tried to block, but he failed. He has to go arrows. Now we have our Evo Knight taking for everything, and the way that we played that was pretty perfect. He doesn't have arrows in hand. He has to sack a Giant here. We're going to get another Fisherman down. Oh, he's cooked. He's cooked. How does he survive this onslaught that is coming down for him? So good use of our Bowler there. I think that was what started that whole thing off, was like the Bowler being pulled away by the Fisherman, defending before you go in. So good win against our fellow Toxic Giant player. We'll take the dub. Catch you in the next match. Alright, into our next match here against the Finn. I think things might shift around in the meta a little bit, like when they release new balance changes, but we'll see. Please don't tell me we're playing the same deck, dude. Oh, I want to play something different. I mean, the meta, I feel like, has been pretty stale for a while. I mean, like 90% of players are either running Goblin Drill or they're running, you know, this Giant Beatdown deck. I'm going to Knight here. I was trying to save my Little Prince, but I failed miserably. That's okay. I don't know if he's... I was going to say, there's the Goblin Drill. So we're going to actually defend this with the Phoenix here. And then Giant to tank for the berry. The problem is the Phoenix is going to go in front, but that's not horrible because maybe some respawn value. We're going to Fisherman here. I wish I wouldn't have Fisherman, but that's okay. We're going to go Berry here. Get a nice little lineup and maybe pull back the Mighty Miner. Perfect. We forced out the arrows on defense, and look at all of the damage that we're about to get. Nice. So he's running, like I said, one of the two most popular decks in the game. It's either Goblin Troll or Giant Beatdown, but it's nice to play against something different. In this matchup, you just got to play around the Evo Bomber. That can be kind of scary. I'm going to let that go because I think he's going to go for an Evo Bomber here. We'll see if he does. Okay, no, he doesn't. Okay, so life is good. We're just chilling. We get our LP in the back. Kind of like baiting a spell, honestly. So we know he has the Void. So if he goes for the Void on it, we can try and block with like a Giant. We are going to Giant, just in case he tries to get a Void down. We're going to arrows onto all of this and get our Void down as quickly as possible here. Good skeletons by him. That was really smart. Fisherman, maybe. Fisherman a little too late, eh? I don't know why he popped the ability. I feel like that was really bad. Maybe he was scared of the Fisherman. The Fisherman was probably enough to intimidate him into popping that ability, but that was bad. That was kind of his only chance of stopping the push. And you can feel the desperation with those Evo Skeletons. It's like they're not really going to accomplish anything. Arrows just to be safe. I don't really think that we needed it, but didn't want to risk it. Once again, we're going to try and get this Fisherman down. There he goes for the Void. We do get that pulled away. And now we can go in for a Giant because he doesn't have Mighty Miner in hand, right? And that's one of his best answers to it. We're going to go Void and then arrows because I expect him to block. Oh, he doesn't, so that's going to all go down. We have the Phoenix, we have the Knight, we have the Bomber, all on his King Tower. Void spell is going to do virtually nothing. And that's going to wrap up this match. I think we have a pretty decent matchup against Goblin Drill. I mean, he didn't play it all that well, but that just goes to show the power of this deck. So, another victory under our belt. Catch you in the next match. Next match against maybe? Trying to see if we can play against a deck other than Giant or Goblin Drill. Oh, I meant to do this. Good luck. Okay. We don't really, with our starting hand, we don't really want to cycle anything. Barry would be the ideal play, but he goes for a Phoenix. We're going to counter or answer with a Phoenix of our own. That's kind of why I didn't want to cycle a Phoenix, because now my Phoenix is going to live and his is going to die. Not that it's, you know, the end of the world, but... Okay, so hear me out. We're going to go in. Fisherman away the Xe. Okay. And Giant's going to get on the tower. It's a pretty good sequence of events. I mean, he did mess up the tombstone, but that's still huge for us. Fisherman's over there having an aneurysm, deciding what he actually wants to defend against. Okay, it looks like he's running a different variant of the Giant Beatdown, most likely with a lightning. So we're going to wait on our knight. We're going to play it up high here. Just don't want to give him any lightning value. Not that he would take it. And now we find ourselves up half a tower. And to be honest, we didn't really do anything special. Okay, we're going to bury low. And go for an arrows just to like minimize all damage. I don't want to take any damage. Okay, so he's running graveyard. He went in there. That was a pretty aggressive graveyard, to be completely honest. Like, he wasn't really up any elixir or anything like that, and he just went in for the graveyard. Okay, actually, he's going to have to spend something else. Okay, good NATO. I was going to say he's going to have to spend something else. I'm going to avoid on this. It should take care of the Xe and get more damage onto the tower. Yeah, Xe lives with a sliver of HP. So far, so good. Little Prince is a great answer against the graveyard. Bomber is a great answer against the graveyard. So if we can kind of just play around his bowler and just like not overcommit, we should be okay. I'm going to try to get to my Evo Knight as well, because an Evo Knight giant push is really, really strong. So we're just going to cycle a Knight in the back and then cycle a Berry into his graveyard lane. And then a Phoenix in for his Phoenix. And you can activate King Tower with the bowler. It's a little tricky to do. I'm going to try it right now with this Fisherman. Yeah, he tornadoed that out of the way because it was going to activate King Tower. That's why he did that. That's why he spent an entire tornado, because he didn't want to activate King Tower. We're going to go Berry to get on the tower. Beautiful Berry. Beautiful. Arrows will take care of this. We can Void onto the Phoenix. And the BM starts, so that's how you know the game is over. Well, he said good luck. He said well played, so maybe not. So that's a win against Graveyard. Kind of just outplayed there at the end. So GG's to this guy. And we'll go ahead and catch y'all in the next match after this 3 crown. Come on, come on, come on. Give it to me. Let's go, baby. GG's. Catch you in the next one. All right, into our next match against El Popeye. All right, we have our Berry in hand. You know what that means. You can just kind of cycle that boy in the back, consequence-free. How did I know? Like, every other game just starts with everyone cycling their Berry in the back, which is kind of crazy to me. We're going to cycle our Knight as well. Me and this guy are on the same level right now. We're on the same wavelength. We're just trying to get to our Evos. I am going to pull his Knight across the bridge, though, so we fight on our side of the arena. Then I could go in. Kind of an okay. He does go with the Void. Interesting. He spent a Phoenix and a Void. Okay, hear me out. Giant gets in front, and I think we just win. Nearly. Yeah. And that is how it goes with this matchup, dude. This matchup is so fragile. This entire matchup is on a tightrope. You make one mistake, and you lose your entire tower. And he has to spend a Void. Amazing start for us. Wow. Yeah, that was just because he was too aggressive at the bridge. I think it would have been okay if he lost the bridge battle. Like, he didn't need to win that bridge battle. Him overcommitting and spending 2 more cards is what put him in that situation. So, that's good for us. That is actually in spell cycle range. We're up a little bit of elixir, so I'll cycle a Knight, just trying to get to my Evo. I'm sure he has the same idea. Okay, he goes for a Knight. Or he goes for a Giant. That Knight is threatening to take the tower if he doesn't play anything. We can just Fisherman this away and then deal with the Phoenix later. So we're going to go Fish Boy here. Now I'm going to LP. Okay, hang on. Oh, we grabbed this Fisherman, which is nice. Okay, and that Giant's dead. That's what we were really worried about. Evo Knight over here. Little Prince is going to live. And yeah, that was well done on defense. Yeah, he calls GG's. I agree. Yeah, he throws in the towel, so he knew that game was over after that push. If he didn't take my tower at that push, the game was over. So, good game to Popeye. We're going to go ahead and clean up the 3 crown off camera. We'll go ahead and catch you in the next one. What's up, gamers? Jerky here. Up here against Heisenberg. I played against Heisenberg in a previous video, but I feel like that's probably a pretty common name because it's like a pretty common pop culture reference. So we're going to cycle our Barry in the back. You know it. It's always our go-to starting play. And then we're going to cycle a Knight. Why not? I might not have cycled the Knight if he played something else, but because he did. Okay, looks like we might be up against Hog here. Not for sure. Alright, I'm going to get my King Tower activated here. Even though the Dagger Duchess's fire rate is really, really fast, you can still activate King Tower just like that. So that's a trick you want to add into your book. I'm just going to do this kind of to cycle and to force out some elixir from him. I want to force out at least 3 elixir, and there you have it. 3 elixir. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But like I said, that was also kind of just a cycle. I'm going to Phoenix here. I might let it go. I might not. I kind of want to see what he's going to do. Yeah, he goes with the Exy. I don't really want to push into an Executioner. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go Giant and then get ready to support this somehow. I don't know how. Okay, we're going to Void. Oh, Exy, stop. Yeah. Okay, decent. I didn't expect the Executioner to walk backwards. If I'd known that, I would have played my Fisherman to pull it away. Okay, I could go for an Evo Berry lineup here. The problem is, good players will kind of see that coming. So you don't always want to do it. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm feeling reckless. We're going to get at least 2 shots, if not 3. And it forced out the Firecracker from him. And he goes in for the Goblin Drill. He'll probably go in for a Poison as well. I think we catch the Drill. No, we don't. He might try and do me dirty with the Bomber as well. We're going to see if we can catch it. He doesn't. Okay, we're going to do this. And get ready to Void the Tesla. We're going to immediately do it. Good block by him. That's the thing about the Void. Like, I know it's a really, really good spell, but even so, it's like, it's blockable. Although, on that situation, I don't know if that was the best move, because it's still... Oh, yeah, pull away the Evo Knight. Because we're still going to get damage onto the tower. I forgot that Evo Firecracker survives arrows. Make it make sense. Okay, he's definitely going to go in here, I would reckon. So we're going to Evo Knight high. Little Prince low. Void fully kills an Executioner if he doesn't try and block it. But he does block it. Fisherman early. And then we're going to Void. That is a dead Exy. Pop the ability here. Maybe catch guards. Nah, we don't. Oh, almost. Good guard placement by him. Once again, going for the Void. I don't know what he blocks with here. That Little Prince has been alive for so long, and it's getting so much value. Good Knight block. There we go. We're still going to get some chip here. I was arrowsing trying to predict the Firecracker, but we're all good here. We just need to make sure we don't let him get enough damage where he can start going for poison cycles. As soon as he can poison cycle us, we're going to have a bad time. Let's just be honest. Fisherman here. He knew I was going to Void, so we're going to arrows and Void. Get this off the board. Good block by him with that Knight. Honestly, that was very, very, very well played. I'm not mad about that. We're going to Bomber in the back here. The Knight to the side. You could go for some Tornado shenanigans, so I'm going to play Fisherman up high. Evo Berry doing a great job on defense. He got poison value, sure, but Evo Berry kind of cleaned house. Okay, he used his Tesla. So we're going to slow roll a Giant. And then he'll probably be able to cycle back to another Tesla, but ideally we will be cycling back to another Giant. At least that's the idea. Okay, we need to be careful about an Evo Bomber. Okay, yeah, Evo Firecracker, same thing. Bomber like this, just to take care of that. Fisherman to pull this away. We're going to get an Evo Knight in front. And those guards were not the move, I don't think. He will be back to another Tesla. We're going to Void on it. And I think my man's in trouble here. Because he doesn't have Tesla in hand. All he can really do is just watch this take his entire tower. That Goblin Drill was 4 elixir and it still wasn't enough. We're going to Void onto everything. And this is what I'm talking about with this deck, dude. It's just so overwhelming against the Daggered Duchess. Good game to Heisenberg. We'll take the dub. Catch you in the next match. Alright, into likely our last match against Mod, or Mod, however you say it. We'll see, though. Okay, he goes for the Berry. We're just going to mirror the Berry. Always the go-to starting play. I'm interested to see. I want to go back and watch how many of my games started with just a Berry. He goes for arrows, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Interesting. We're going to go for a high Knight here. I want it to target the Berry. Interesting he went for recruits. I guess he was just trying to cycle, but even so. Come on, Giant, get in front. Giant always does that, dude. Oh my gosh. And now that makes it worse because the little prince is going to target the Giant. Oh no. Oh, it's all falling apart. That was like worst case scenario. Is the little prince survived. Oh man. Okay, we're not going to have a good time. I mean, we get a lot of damage, but I feel like his elixir lead is going to be deadly. That did not work out the way I wanted it to work out. I'm not going to lie to y'all. The little prince surviving definitely threw a monkey wrench in my plans. He's up a lot of elixir. He has Evo recruits in hand. Oh lordy. Okay, the only silver lining here is we can try and activate King Tower against the bowler. Try. And maybe we can pull it off. If he's smart, he'll block with recruits though. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh. Fisherman, again, like I said, do try and activate King Tower. Oh, that tornado was really smart. I don't know why I didn't think that he was going to do that. But that was really smart as well. So well played, honestly. That executioner just nicking our tower. Just barely, just kissing our tower, if you will. For lack of a better word. And I'm just going to let that go. Bury over here. I was gonna try and get King Tower activated, but I kind of failed there. Okay. Don't know if this is too aggressive. We're gonna do this. Maybe try and sneak in a bomber. And we do. Force out the arrows. Okay. Oh, I think we can pull that Exy up. No, okay, we're gonna have to reset here. I think he's going to tornado, so I'm going to go with the Giant. Nah, he didn't, but that's okay. Void to the side, so it does hit the little prince and takes care of it. Beautiful Void. Wow, and it helps out with the recruits. I'll take that any day. And he still has to spend. Brother is in trouble. Knight gets on the tower for at least 2 shots, if not more. Nice, and he has to spend arrows. That's what I like to see. Fisherman early, just so he doesn't get the idea to go in for any shenanigans. And we got to keep the heat up. We got to keep the heat up, let's be honest. Arrows onto everything. Why not? Why not? Giant still gets a hit. Giant is unstoppable, dude, I swear. Nerf Giant, man. Nerf Giant. He blocks the Void, though. That was pretty well played. But we can just kind of cycle back, and we're going to be fine. Little Prince here to make this even faster. Arrows to finish off the game against this Royal Recruits player. I think it does enough. Pause. Okay, it does. GG's to that guy. Kind of had to work for it a little bit, but we'll take the dub. Catch you in the outro. That's going to do it for today's video. Here's the deck one more time in case you want to take a screenshot. Please give this deck a try. I promise you won't regret it. You'll probably climb a few hundred trophies at the very least. Even if you only have 1 Evo, I promise this deck is still really good. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in another video real soon. Peace!